Hi, my name is Michael. Welcome to the Metaphysical Journey. Tonight, I'd like to do a 3-card reading. It's for the general collective, so it won't resonate with everyone. Just take what fits and the rest, throw it out. It's all good. But I'm going to be pulling from Soul Cards by Deborah Koff-Chapin. This is a deck that has no keywords, nothing, just images. There's not even a guidebook. But I love this deck because it really allows one to tap into whatever they receive. So I'm going to pull 3 cards and we'll see what we get. I have shuffled the cards already, but what I'm going to do is just cut the deck a few times and I'm going to pull straight from the top of what I get. You'll see the cards on the screen. I'll put those in post-editing, but I'll be holding them in my hand as I talk about them. And we see the first card on the screen in front of you. With this one, you're facing an obstacle, definitely, what I'm picking up from this. And it's as if you're standing in front of a glass plate and you have your hands on there, as you can see, and you're trying to break through or trying to see what's on the other side. So you're facing a barrier. Some of you are facing a barrier and you feel that you have come against a solid wall in front of you and you don't know what to do. We have the red ink on there, and it could be mud, but I'm perceiving this to be kind of a bloody battle, not literal blood, but it feels that way. You've been struggling and battling for a long time against something, and it has taken a huge toll on you, and you feel bloodied and beaten down. And your eyes are closed. In this card, we see this. And behind the person, we see different light shining down. So with this first card, for some of you, you're standing there and you're waiting for your breakthrough to happen. And it is coming. It's been a hard road. It's been a struggle and a fight. You've done everything that you can do, and you're truly backed up or faced up against a glass wall. And it's time for that glass wall to shatter for you to get through the other side. What you don't see in this, of what you're facing in your life, is you can't see on the other side. Sure, it's glass and it appears, if we look through a window, we see what's in front of us. But in this particular situation, you don't see on the other side because that glass represents a veil. And on the other side of that is what's been working out in your favor and for your benefit. And it's not time for you to walk through that barrier yet to get to the other side. What I'm hearing is have patience and have faith. Now that sounds very cliche, right? But it's true in this particular situation. It's very real. You have to be patient. Everything that's happening it's divinely timed. And we can't see what we can't see, literally. But you're against the wall, and the breakthrough is getting ready to happen. And that the breakage will happen from the other side, not from yours. So you can beat on this glass as much as you want, but you can't get through it because the break has to come from the other side, and it's getting ready to happen. So do have faith. Know that everything that you're going through is for a reason. I'm also hearing especially the mistakes. And that's what the blood represents, the mistakes, because that's your eyes are closed, but you're covered in this because those mistakes are possibly all that you're seeing right now. And you are beating yourself up over that. And you do need to stop doing that because those mistakes had to happen. They were important. They were lessons. And it's the mistakes are the one thing that you will pay attention to, that you'll notice. When great things happen all the time, we tend to gloss over that. But the mistakes you've paid attention to, those you see them in a different way. Perhaps what you're studying in front of is actually a mirror as well. It's reflecting back on you, and you're thinking about this. So see those mistakes as things that had to happen, because had they not happened, you would have continued in the same direction, but they caused you to stop, pause, and ponder, and that caused a redirect. So they were meant to happen specifically to change your course each time that that occurred, to have you go in a different way. I saw a reader online that in a reading, she pulls little charms, and I thought that's really cool. So I went out and bought as many as I could find, and I want to do that for this too. So I have this little bitty thing, and it's filled with these little charms, but I'm just going to randomly pull one and let's see what we get. And we get a feather, a little feather. I don't know. And the feather, of course, you think of a bird, but I also think of freedom, escape, flying the nest, getting out. And I believe that that's where you are. And that's what this represents, is that you have been in some serious struggles and you lost a lot of feathers along the way. And this is just one of them. But it was for a reason. Everything is growing back. And it will soon be time for you to fly and soar where you need to be. Don't lose faith. Remember that it's going to happen. Just believe. Card number 2 is, all right, you see it on the screen. This one is interesting. Perception definitely is what I'm picking up. Perception. Again, we have the eyes closed. That's interesting. So it's thought process taking place up in the head of thinking about that. In the forehead, you see a shape there. It's a round little bubble, maybe a thought bubble, or it represents a dream. And inside of that is something that's looks like it's emerging or growing or sprouting or something with the pink. And this could possibly be a dream or a mental vision that you've had in your mind for a long time and wondering, is this ever going to happen? And out of the mouth, it's hard to say what that is. Either you have parasites in your body, which I don't think that's what it is, or it represents something else. Help me understand this. Oh, okay. And now I understand what this is about. This is about having a dream in your thoughts, something that it's small and it's kind of growing and it's kind of brown around the edges because you almost feel like it's maybe decaying or rotting, like it's never going to happen. It's like, this was my beautiful dream. And slowly it's eroding away. But out of the mouth comes new life, because you're going to, it's speaking something into existence, putting your mouth where your mind is, bringing the two into alignment. That what you speak and what you say, what comes out your mouth begins in your mind and in your thoughts, and you speak it, and your words have power. Be very cautious about what you say, how you talk about your life, how you talk about yourself, and what you share with people. There are many things that you may be wanting to manifest and they're in your mind. And it's best not to talk about those with others, because you're just going to get condemnation and judgment, and it's just going to keep you from moving forward. So you want to keep that as private as possible. But in the process of that, for you to manifest or to have that realization of whatever it is, you have to believe that you are worthy of it. And it's hard for us, and this is a message for me as well. So I'm not preaching to you whatsoever. This is a choir message, and we're all in the choir together on this one. But we have to believe that we're worthy of something for it to happen. And if our words aren't in alignment with that, it's not going to happen as well. If you want to manifest something and you have this desire for it, you don't want to say, I want or I need. You want to express it as I have, and I'm grateful that I have it. That's how you want to do it. The two have to align. So in this card, you see that they're again, their eyes are closed, and it's starting in their thoughts. They're thinking about this, but then what comes out the mouth? Is it a little? It looks almost like a little flower bud or something getting ready to bloom out of their mouth. We're going to go with the flower bud because I like that better than the parasite version that I first was getting. So we don't want to talk about parasites. That's just not right with Jesus. We're not going to talk about that. But something blooming out of your mouth. So your words speak that new life, and let that connect with your mind. So whatever you are going through right now, whatever you are pondering, whatever you're feeling stalled or stopped or just up against a wall against, you have the power to change that through your thoughts and through your spoken words. Put the two together. Huh, that's a beautiful card. The third card is, all right, so you see this one. Here you have a person, it looks like they are in a cave, but also that they're in some type of an egg or some type of a shell, and they're waiting to emerge. Okay. Okay. Some of you, you have placed yourself in a holding cell. You have actually blocked and sequestered yourself. Now, that can be for any number of reasons. One being that you, going back to the very first card, I think these three cards go together. So it's not pick a card. It's, I think this blends together. Going back to the first card where you're up against that wall or against that glass thing, trying to get through to the other side for that breakthrough, and you're bloodied and beaten down. And over the process, through the process of this, you have sequestered yourself. You've put yourself in a holding cell as if to believe, some of you may believe that you're not worthy, that your dream is not going to happen, that everything is falling apart. Life is not the way you expect it to be because life isn't happening the way that you believe it should and what you're expecting to see. If you're not seeing that, the appearance to you is that it's not happening, but you can't see what's on the other side at all. So all of that has been interpreted as, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not worthy. I'm this, I'm that, whatever. It's like, I made a mistake. The direction I thought I was going was obviously wrong. Even, the divine doesn't support it, etc. That is absolutely not true. Not true. You're in this little space right now because you're waiting. It's like a butterfly, goes a caterpillar, turns into this, goes into the cocoon type of thing for the metamorphosis to take place while inside there. And when it's enclosed in that, the chrysalis or whatever you want to call it, we don't see what's happening in there. The caterpillar is just kind of slumbering away, but while it's sleeping, its body is transforming into something new. And when it emerges, it's a totally different creature. It's a thing of beauty, just an amazing thing. And that's where you are right now. The question, though, is, yes, everything is divinely planned and timed. So this moment of sequestering yourself or feeling like you're in a hermit cave or something, or just kind of, locked away, it's not because you're being punished or it's because you've missed the mark or messed up. That's not the case at all. Everything was part of the process. But while you're doing this, what you're not aware of is the transformation that is taking place all around you. You can't see it because it's easy to become just completely trapped in our mind and our thoughts and think over and over and over. Going back again to the either one or two, I can't remember which one it was now. this only seeing the mistakes that you've made and focusing on those and believing that those mistakes have caused you to derail yourself and to be off your path, off your journey, and just completely out in left field and being punished. It's exactly the reverse. All of those things have placed you where you need to be, and you had to go through those to learn lessons, so that now as you find yourself in this holding cell that you have placed yourself in, the divine will always make it work out for the best, whether you believe it or not. But you've placed yourself here and you're just kind of slumbering away, and in some cases you feel like you're withering away. That's not it at all. There's a beautiful thing happening that's transforming you, and all this darkness that you're going through, and the shadow work, all the things that you're struggling with, this is for a reason. And as dark as it is, and as bad as it makes you feel, and as ugly as you think the overall appearance may be of what you're going through, it is truly the reverse. It's a remarkable transition that you're going through. We all have to go through the ugly duckling phase in order to become the beautiful swan. And that's where you are right now. And that's what this card is. What I'm getting from this card is that this is just temporary. It's a metamorphosis that you're going through. You can use any example that you want. You can use the phoenix, re-emerging as this beautiful thing. But even the phoenix has to go through a complete fiery death in order to re-emerge from the ashes into something new and beautiful. And that may be what you're feeling right now, that you're going through a fiery death. You may not believe there's anything on the other side of that, but there is. There's a beautiful emergence of something new. I want to go back to what I said before, what I picked up. Don't lose faith. Have hope. Everything is for a divine reason. I want to pull a charm on this one too. Here we go. Oh, well, we have a cross. And this represents, of course, the divine. And now this is actually really amazing, because the cross also represents crucifixion, the death. And then what happened after the death? 3 days later, there was a complete resurrection, that the person that people thought was destroyed wasn't destroyed after all, came back. A whole new thing. And we know what happens after that based on your belief systems or so. But that's a beautiful charm for this card, that it is a resurrection. It's a crucifixion that you're going through right now, but there is a resurrection on the other side of it. Never doubt that. I want to pull one final card from a deck called the Intuit Angel Oracle. And this is by Kimberley Aria. And it's found on Etsy. It's the only place I know that it's found. And if you do find it, buy it, because she sells out really rapidly. And you got to get it while you can, but it's a very good one. So here we go. I'm going to just pull a card and let's see. This is advice from archangels. And this card is Metatron, Angel of the Divine Presence. Miracles, powerful change, Akashic records, sudden shift, spiritual growth, and hyper focus. These are the things that Metatron can help with. And it says, I help you discover and develop your personal spiritual power and learn to use it to make a better world. That's beautiful, because that's what these cards have been about. Starting with the very first one, where you feel like you're up against a glass wall trying to get through. You don't see what's on the other side, and you've been bloodied and beaten down quite a bit. The second one is that you have this beautiful dream in your head, and you almost feel like it's withering away because nothing's happening. You don't see any things taking place. And the card says to speak, the power of your voice. It's hard for us to manifest things if we are afraid to use our voice. And I realize that our manifestations and the power is in the thoughts. It's more with the thoughts and what comes out the mouth, because those two are often not in alignment. But when they are in alignment, when your thoughts are there and you know what you want and you see it, you feel it, and you have that in your head, and then you speak that out, that power goes out into the universe, and the universe has no choice but to do it. It happens. It becomes 3D reality, or however it needs to be in order for you to have it. So putting those two together. And then the third card is in the process of change. You're in the process of transformation right now to come out something new, and Metatron can help with all of that. So this is a beautiful card, the Angel of Divine Presence, and we have that feather. So let's pull a charm for this one too. This is actually, these charms are pretty cool. Well, I already got that one. This one we had the feather again, so it goes well with Metatron because it's an archangel, but I also have the little tree. And this represents the tree of life, new growth, new buds, something new happening. So in the card, this one being underground, probably down there, and there are roots growing all around them. It feels like I'm never going to get out. But when they emerge, they're going to emerge into something beautiful and powerful. This incredible tree that branches out into the sky and turns into something amazing. So those are the three cards, and that's a reading for the collective. It's a dark, heavy time right now, but there is sunshine on the horizon. It's always darkest before the dawn, right? We hear that all the time, but it's very true. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for following me on the metaphysical journey. And I hope that each of you have an amazing, beautiful day. And remember, you matter, you make a difference, and your presence, whenever you enter any environment, your presence changes the energy of that space. Never forget that. Have a beautiful day. Bye.